If you're watching this video right now, you are probably trying to figure out your spiritual path, what it is, what it means. You've read the books, you've watched all the videos. You maybe even had a teacher or two, a reading or two, and somehow you're no more clearer on what path you want to walk. Still, all of these things were supposed to help you find that, right? That's what you hear. And I remember asking the same question as you are. Where is my path? What is my path? How do I find it? Here is the truth that no one told you. You are the path. And when you understand that, because right now, you don't understand that, just like I didn't. But when you do, it changes everything. Disclaimer. May the path open before us. May all obstacles dissolve in the way of this medicine. May it get to who it needs to get to, and may clarity, power, and prosperity flow. I'm going to lean in when I say this. This is not a 5-minute tip video. This is not a Ask Spiritual Chat GPT. This is a question that was asked to me. A real life Mama Mystic priest. I've been practicing and walking my own path for 10 years. Real, okay? Very real. And someone asked in this very comment section, and I've gotten this question a lot, many times, how do I find my spiritual path? I was there too. She, me. But see, you don't find your path. You become the path. And becoming the path means you have become a temple. But nobody taught me that, right? And nobody taught you what that actually means. And so this video, as long as it is a deep dive to help you understand what that means. And I'm going to walk you through that process because I learned it firsthand walking it myself, what it takes to stay on this journey and become the temple, what can happen when you make that declaration and conscious choice for yourself, the understanding behind it, which is absolutely love, and allows you to make a beautiful choice to walk your path tonight, today, whenever you're watching this video. And most importantly, it ends with a ritual that will help you consciously make a choice in your own soul and personal evolution. So maybe grab a snack, a beverage, maybe some notes, or maybe just decide to be present with this video. I want to be very clear that this is a part of my great work, and I share these intimate experiences that I've learned from walking my own path to help someone not be as stuck, as lost, but most importantly, to help those who are spiritually hungry and curious and desiring to know the possibilities and truths to be found in walking a spiritual journey for life, okay? Like Cardi said, forever. So think of this as a full share, a talk, as we dive in, what it means to become the temple and how to do that. When this video is over, I have some questions to help you be present with yourself, a ritual, and everything you need to know to start walking your path bravely. Spirituality will change you if you let it. And I think when more of us understand the truth of what a spiritual path is, we can decide if we will let it change us. for real, and for the good of all. If you have been looking for a way to contribute to this world, to help make it better, and to also become a better person, a better ancestor, someone worth remembering, someone worth honoring, this work may be just what you were looking for, what you've been longing for. Well, let's go. Let's dive in. Someone asked me, how do I find my path? Very, very good question. That question alone, it means that the path has already found you. Exactly. The path has already found you. And see, I had to learn this myself, walking this path on it for nearly 10 years. I'm not saying take my word for it. I'm just saying, listen, okay? Stick around. Your desire, your longing, your yearning is, in fact, a divine compass. There isn't a pre-written path to follow. There is only the pathless path. For anyone who wants to take this journey, remain in their full power with their agency and autonomy. I'm talking about sovereignty. I'm talking about self-initiated, self-liberated journey. The truth is, there is no pre-written trial, no GPS outside of you for the soul. There is only the pathless path, the one you walk into being by simply walking it. I want you to walk with me right now, just right now. The path. You're probably thinking, what do you mean just walk it? Like, what do I walk first? The path is you. Okay, you are the path, you are the map. Okay? That is how this works. So, okay, so what is the path, okay? Let's get into what the path is. It's your life. It's your lineage, your losses, your longings, your what? Lessons. When I say we don't find our path, we become it. I'm going to tell you some examples from my own journey walking this almost a decade, how I became the temple and what that actually means. It means I answered the call without knowing. I had to shape my own vessel, transformed my lineage and then myself. I refined my own internal system and lived the gnosis. I elevated my own lineage. I sat knee to knee with death and gave death my past, my pain, and I let myself be reborn. I walked through the fire and I did not burn. I bloomed. I let it purify myself and my heart. And none of the shit was easy. But it was worth it. And then I supported my Kundalini in awakening as well through the work that I was doing, the lineage work, the family work, the community work, tending to the land, crossing over spirits that have died, and now officiating a union, people's love and pouring into that garden. It's powerful. All of this came about from one yes, over and over again. When I was stuck, when I was at the peak, and usually somewhere in between, but still saying yes. It's not just you making progress or growing. This is how you use that power that gets activated with real purpose. Okay. I just had to throw it in there. A little proof. I know a little bit. The blueprint is already inside of you. When you are asking, how do I start my path? What first? What next? What do I do? You have already been given the sign and symbol, which is your desire, that says you know what you need to do. Follow your curiosities, right? You don't have to find your path. You have to become it. We become the temple. That is the path. And what does that mean? Okay. I want you to lean in on this one. To become the temple is to answer the call without knowing the path. It's to say, I am going to answer this desire to know myself beyond what I have been taught, beyond limitations. And when you walk and you follow the curiosity, maybe it's, you know, a book, a podcast, something that calls you and draws you in, and you listen to it and you have a part of you that gets activated. And that is how you shape your own vessel, through rituals, through repairing, which is that clearing work, that shadow work, they're facing the things that have happened to you that have shaped you, and then you recreate yourself. I can only share with you how I came about and found my own path. This is how I walked it. I became it. I listened to my Ori, as it's called in Yoruba wisdom traditions, or your higher self. I listened to that. I trusted that. And I got to know what that was, all that she was. And she guided me, because that is our direct connection to this infinite intelligence that exists all around us. And I created the path as I walked it, as I committed to it, not needing to know beyond, but just the next step. And what that allowed me to do was to, one, create this entire body of work from my own gnosis. In fact, today I was at a wedding ceremony and walking a couple through a ceremony of union that I created from my own path. And it's a full circle moment, because when you decide to honor the fact that your higher self said you got it right now, that's why you want to know. This work doesn't actually just change you. It changes everyone you encounter and come. That it changes every person that you encounter on your walk of life. It helps you elevate your lineage, because through you, through your own work, your lineage is healed. Your lineage is elevated just as you elevate. And I mean, that's the power of this path. You are not here to ask somebody what your path is. You are here to become it. And when your path is walked and activated and you become it, the power that you activate, the power that you call back, it literally transforms into your purpose. This is how I've walked it. I tell you this now, not so you simply believe what I say, but I remember years ago when I was asking the same question. And so many women, especially Black women, are still waiting for permission to begin, to initiate yourself, as the initiator, to declare your own mastery. Okay? What's in your bones already that you already know? Some of us are born for this. And I'm here to remind you that if you have that longing and you ask that question, it's you. It's you, boo. And every time you say yes to that, that one step, that first step, the universe is watching and saying, And this is an act of devotion. You are not waiting to be recognized. You are recognizing yourself, and that is a reclamation. It's your spiritual birthright. So yeah. You the path. You the path. Pause. Now, how do we do that when we decide, right? How do we say yes? I'm going to give you one tip. It's powerful and it really does work. Now you hear that intention is everything, right? Intention. It is. It's not the only thing. Okay, let's be clear. It's not the only thing. When you say yes, you understand that desire and yearning comes with a seed of power. That seed of power possesses all the power in it that you need to have already mastered the path. The desire has come before the doubt, which means you don't got to pay the doubt no mind. Oh, okay. Okay. That's one of them secrets. You don't have to entertain the doubt because the desire comes before that. Now you just have to choose what love would do in this moment. Because as our ancestors say, as above, so below. So within, finish it. So without, it is already within you. The path is you. You are trusting you and walking in the way in which your higher self, connected to infinite intelligence, is saying, walk it. And even the guides and guardians that support you and walk with you. Becoming the temple means turning inward, doing the work of emotional purification, healing, clearing work, which is love work, right? That's how I see it. It's self-trust, it's mental clarity, not just this, I'm talking mental and emotional clarity. That purification process is very much so the first inner work on the path. And I call that self-creation work, self-evolution process. I don't see the spiritual path as about pleasing gods and deities. No. Or just checking off, little boxes. No. I don't believe that this path exists and our ancestors were so diligent to preserve as much of it as they could for just those things. Because I know when you walk this path, it doesn't just transform you, it transforms everything around you. This path isn't about fandom. It isn't about which one is the right one. It's about returning to yourself, building your own inner self and architecture, because you got an energy within you that is ready to rise. But it requires you to be a vessel worthy of holding it with care, right? This isn't about your innate worthiness. No, this is about, can you hold that power without it leaking? Can you embody the divine through your living, your loving, your learning, your laughing, your lessons? This is the path of self-evolution. This is the one I've been walking for 10 years. This is the one that I know transforms you, but also meets you exactly where you are in your life. Because the path of self-evolution is not asking you for permission. The universe is not asking you permission to change. It does that naturally. And you are either being changed by the universe around you, or you are changing with the universe around you. Okay. What is it? Good. Because the path of self-evolution doesn't ask you for permission. It ain't gonna ask you, boo-boo. Okay? It's gonna be changing. And either you are changing with it or being changed by it. It damn sure ain't gonna wait for no approval. Okay? Every moment that you are asking someone outside of yourself for permission to transform and rise is a minute you're missing, and you are being transformed by something else. And I know this ain't new. I know this ain't new. I'm just reminding you what is possible. So, the first thing you need to do is start where you are. You start with what's calling you, what you are curious about. You entertain those. Don't be precious with this shit, okay? Don't take it too serious. And that does not mean don't be devoted. Absolutely. Take your time. It's a process, it's a journey, okay? Never forget that. So if you entertain your curiosities, they won't lead you astray. I mean, you'll know what you like, what you don't like. You'll take to something. Read the book, watch the video, listen to the podcast, do the ritual, do journal, do something. Start meditating, contemplating simply on knowing yourself. Getting comfortable sitting with yourself without judgment, without pressures. Think of these as micro rituals, right? Just begin. Don't be precious with it. Don't be too scared with it because the time is passing by anyway. And when you decide to walk this path as someone who has the power now, as the master now who's already done it, that activates courage and bravery. We don't play that scare stuff. We understand, we gain knowledge, and we practice like we know we was called here. Period. Because mysticism, in my opinion, as a mama mystic, not your mama, don't get it twisted. Mysticism isn't about perfection. I said that. It is about your willingness to pursue it where you are right now. Are you willing to walk? Are you willing to fall? Are you willing to rise above every obstacle and challenge? Are you willing to then live these and integrate them into your life? Test them, talk to them, sit with them, you know, to become a living temple where spirit can move freely and creatively through you. You are this physical manifestation of the divine. It is through you that people understand there is more to this place than the chaos, than the violence, than the harm, than the traumas. That is what it means to become a living temple. And that is what I have learned what it means to be a living temple. That living temple is you. You're not on the path. You are the path now. You are the map. You are the lineage now. Your body, your story, your memory, all of that is the temple. And every sacred path, every lineage exists because someone is actively walking it. Someone like you chooses, says yes, and gets active. Gets active to not just walk it, but to embody and become it. That is how you transform yourself. So, if you have been called, I'm going to remind you of this. You, come here, hold on, let's get a little closer. You, you. Yes, you. You are already the master. The Huna Hawaiian ancestors say, what do they say? All the power that you need and have is here right now in every single moment. You are already the master. Your job now is to walk like that. And maybe you don't know what that means, and that's okay. That's a good place to start. That's a good question to ask because you need to know what that means for you. Mastery is a process made up of steps. And that first step is what? To answer that call. Welcome to the pathless path. Welcome to the pathless path. Okay? Now I know you might still have some questions, like I did. Becoming the temple isn't just a mindset. And this is where a lot of people get stuck and looped. It's not just an idea that you think your way into it. You have to grow into the temple. You have to develop and train into it. And so the path shapes you as you walk through it, through consistency, through your own spiritual development, through your energetic hygiene, your inner emotional and spiritual alchemy. And then when you practice and embody the philosophy, the knowledge, through sound, through movement, through meditation, through mantras. Look, I use the entirety of the tool belt. Okay, it's full of all the tools. This becomes your ritual engine of sorts. And I developed a set of practices. You can build a spell off of anything. You can build a ritual off of anything. That's why I'm saying you are the path. The path is you. Even your ability to focus and concentrate is a part of building up yourself. So you don't just touch the divine, right? No, you learn to live with it, to maintain it, to hold it, to circulate it, to become a conscious vessel for it in the world. We are the mouths, hands, okay, and feet of this infinite divine energy. It is expressed through us, me and you. You don't bypass your human self and your human life to ascend. Now you become, bloom, blossom, transform into who you came here to be. And when our egos are the ones in charge, it's not that your ego is your enemy. It's just that you don't want the wounded self leading. And so purification, that process on the path, helps you be in right relationship to your own actual life, which is what I consider a process of co-creation with the universe and self-creation, because you do not choose this path to save other people with your life that is your project. No. So when you bloom, blossom, and transform, when you let yourself be born anew, just like I did, just like I had to sit knee to knee with death, you then, it's about developing the energetic clarity, being in right relationship to your own nervous system. When you get a hold of those processes, you actually switch over from being in the flight or flight for real, for real. Like I'm living this in real time, like for real. You also get that emotional clarity, which is energetic clarity. It's not the same as a knowing intellect. It's not. It's actual energetic clarity. Because the more you clear, the less muddied up your own frequency, your own energy is. Because when people are reading you, they're just reading your field and seeing what's in your field. That's it. But you also become the energetic structure that can hold the light that you're here to carry. And you have to develop into that, which is a common known process of the journey of self-realization. Not even just enlightenment, which I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't know what that was when I had awakened. I never heard these words before, which means you can learn it. It is learnable, and you can walk this journey if you just understand. Ain't no path out there for you. The path is here when you become the temple, when you decide and say, yes, I will. And so when you develop, this is really it. This is how you stop reacting to the world. You stop reacting from your woundings, your traumas, your fears, your conditioning. and you start actually responding from real wisdom, real energetic clarity, and being able to actually be present as the ancestral witness, as the observer of the experiences of the life, while still being able to also feel, live, enjoy. Because in all of those actions, the divine is doing that through you. And that's why the soul training, that's why the path matters altogether. That's really how you become the temple. That's how. So I do have a ritual to help you on the next steps, because sometimes you just need a little, a little flashlight, just a little flashlight. Like I didn't have this, and I vowed to share what I could and all that I had known and have learned from walking my path for 10 years. I didn't have this, and so that's why I share this now, because sometimes we need a little, a little light in the right direction. Okay, so this is what this is for you. Okay, the devoted witness ritual is your next steps to becoming the path. Let's go. Now, I know you might still have some questions, like I did, but I didn't have me to say this part. But I'm going to help you. I created the devoted witness ritual, and I'm going to walk you through this. It's a micro ritual. It is not complicated, but it is asking for you to witness yourself. Because what? Yes, the path is you, right? But sometimes, in order to start to walk it, you got to see yourself clearly. So, the devoted witness ritual is an invitation for you to begin to witness yourself and to learn how to be present with yourself, comfortable with yourself, safe with yourself. So, the first step in becoming the temple is know thyself. You probably heard that. Know thyself, know thyself. What? Know thyself. Over and over. It's a self-cognition practice. This is a very gentle, powerful mirror ritual and micro. So it's not going to take a lot of time. And you can do this for a couple of minutes every single day as you get to know yourself. So here's what you're going to do. I'm going to break down the steps. This ritual is to remind you that love is not something you earn. It's something you remember. It is something that you are without expectation. Okay, this is the ritual. I got this mirror and picked it up from literally Dollar Tree. I'm going to do a second video where we'll actually consecrate and enchant this mirror ritual. So I'll walk you through a little witchcraft, and you can decorate it and stuff. You're going to use your mirror a lot. So either you're going to buy a really nice one that links and connects with you. You'll still want to consecrate it. You'll still want to dedicate it, which is basically what a consecration is. And then you will work with it, connect to it. But if you're on a budget, it's okay. Start where you are. Okay. So this straight up from the dollar store. So the devoted witness ritual is a gentle, powerful mirror ritual. So you want to find a quiet space, light a candle. That's all you need, a candle and a mirror. You can even do this in the bathroom if you don't want to get a mirror. You'll start by washing your hands and imagining your energy and spirit body being cleansed. So here's what you'll need: candle, incense, or rose water, something to signify a sacred space or cleansed space. And then you'll need a mirror of some sorts that is cleansed, dedicated, consecrated, and ready for you to use. And this is the devoted witness ritual. I'm going to walk you through it. It's very simple. Okay. One candle. You'll light your incense, say whatever you say to cleanse the energy. Even if it's just sit with your breath and breathe 3 or 4 times in, to be present, to let yourself know, okay, I am now going to have a conversation with the universe, right? And myself. So I'm switching from this frequency to a more calmer state so that we can receive. You can also look at the ancestor connection video that goes through the box breathing ritual. You can use that for this too. So it's already made. So your light, your candle in a quiet space, you have your incense going and you sit with yourself. Okay. No phones. Okay. No distractions. Do not disturb or leave it somewhere else. This is for you to witness yourself and be honest with yourself, even if it's just for these 5 minutes, right? You can lie to yourself all day, but when you get here to doing this ritual, you're going to tell the truth. You feel what I'm saying? You're going to start to rewire your relationship to yourself through these small micro rituals. Also, we're leaving the judgment, okay, behind. Do not bring that into the sacred space. No fixer mentality either. You are just here to observe your thoughts, your feelings, and your body's responses. And I'm a ritualist. I love me some ritual, and I always match mental work and emotional work with energetic work to actually move that energy. Because when you are doing the mental work, you are activating and unlocking. And some of those distortions, they need to go. So I back up all of my mental work with energetic ritual. And that helps anchor, clear, activate, anchor, activate, and clear. Introspection in the universe of love, remembrance, and wisdom is actually viewed as self-cognition. It's knowing yourself, and it's also a process of remembrance. We don't judge the self. We don't judge who you had to be when you were surviving. We do not judge how you were shaped by the environments that you didn't have a choice over, but you had to exist and survive. Okay? So I'm going to give you 2 questions to help you get used to introspection and self-cognition at the same time. So after you do the devoted witness ritual, you can then choose one of these questions to answer. And do not spend a lot of time on it. If you do 2 to 5 minutes for the mirror ritual, where you will be gazing at your eyes only, not your skin. Light a candle, look in the mirror, and witness yourself without judgment. Eyes. And you can gaze for up to 60 seconds or longer if you feel comfortable. But if 60 seconds becomes a lot for you, that's okay. After that, take 5 minutes to answer one of the introspective questions. I will list the rest in the description, but I'll give you one of them right now. These questions are designed to work with a devoted witness ritual, and you can also use them as journaling prompts after, okay? But what it does is help you shift from a passive relationship to life into an active relationship through witnessing your own truth, becoming your first witness and safe space to tell the damn truth. Because if you can't tell it to you, you can't tell it to nobody else. And you also don't know how to hold it for other people compassionately and with care, without judgment. So the first question, and I think it's a super, super powerful question. Okay, I do. And I like to do this a lot myself. Who am I when I am not performing for the world? When I am not wearing the mask that makes other people accept me the way they want me to be? What truth is waiting to be remembered beneath the noise, beneath the mask? Hell, even better one. What mask is ready to be laid down? Okay, and buried. Laid down and let go. That just popped up, okay? And I'll give y'all a second one. Because I like this one too. It's kind of similar to the questions I used to be asking myself. Because at some point, the questions will have the answers and you will become the answers. Oh, that's alchemy. Okay, that's transforming and transmutation. If I treated my own heart as the most sacred altar in my life, what is one thing I would stop doing today? Ooh, and mirror, mirror on the wall. Okay, that. I encourage you to do this ritual often, as repetition and contact repeatedly builds and strengthens your connection to yourself and helps you master yourself and life. This is right relationship. It doesn't have to be a book, just a few lines. You are not here to list all the things wrong, the sins. No. You are here to sit and remember who you were before survival shaped you. Before you believed everything society told you about yourself and who and what you couldn't be. But also, you are here to name your own, becoming and blossoming and blooming. This is how you start. Not trying to be perfect, but pursuing it, practicing it, and making progress. You don't need anyone else's permission. You just need to be present. So become the temple. And let this be your first brick. We start here because you are the only thing you will never lose. If you can build a temple in your own heart, you can walk into any room, any lineage, and any future without fear. The more concentration and the more emotional energy that you put into this micro ritual, the more lasting and important the experience is to your own energy. This is the first step of self-creation. Do not be precious with this path because the time passes anyway. And once you have been called, you have nothing else to doubt. So if you said yes and you want to go deeper, I do have a 5-day devotional guide called The Devoted Self that you can do after this ritual. It's your next step, okay? This was an excellent question. Thank you for asking that question. And most importantly, remember, you are the master now. You do not need permission to become someone else. You do not need permission to transform into the next version of yourself that is ready to be born. You do not need permission to be reborn. Not in this universe. Your existence is the permission. Your desire is the yes. It's just waiting for you to say it, walk it, be it. And lastly, babe, you're sacred, never basic. Never basic. So are you going to do that devoted witness ritual? Let me know in the comments if you are finally ready to say yes to yourself. Because I know I needed to hear this when I was on the path, waiting for permission, waiting to see if I would needed to get godparents, if I needed to do this and the spirits came and found me. I didn't need that. I needed to say yes. I needed to stop waiting for the world to tell me yes first. And I needed to honor that inner desire. I love you. I love you. And I will see you in the next one. I will show you how to consecrate a object and make it a spiritual object and use it for the devoted witness ritual or any other mirror work that you want to do. So that'll be the witchcraft hour. Okay. I don't know. I just made that up on the spot. Somebody tell me in the comments. That'll be the next video coming. Some next videos that are coming up after this, that I thought of as I was making this, common devotion links. I'll even share a check-in process that you can do daily for self-cognition practice. I want to also introduce the devotional triad and go in more in depth to ancestral alchemy and how ancestral healing is a part of the purification process. Also to revisit and explore more deeper shadow and emotional baggage clearing work and how that works and why it's spiral and what that process is, because it got to end. It begins and it got to end. And then also that'll break down what the purification process does to the emotional body and how that allows you to be in control of your thoughts and emotions and words and actions, etc. So those are some upcoming videos related to this, but I thought it was really important to get this out because I think this question is asked a lot. And from my perspective and how I have walked my path, mind you, it's not the only path, but it is a path and it's powerful. And I know that when I left the institution of the church, I never wanted to go back to another institution. And I made that commitment when I left. So the path revealed itself because I wasn't serving and submitting to, that just, a lot of people like to say, oh, you just don't want to have rules and da da da. Everyone is not made to walk the same path. And I think that's what makes the path beautiful. I am not here to agree with people's personal spiritual beliefs. I agree that we all deserve to walk it in the way that supports us and our own evolution and becoming as universes. You are not just a body. You are here to become a universe. You are a universe in motion. And that's just that. That's what I have lived, what has been revealed to me. And this is why I share my path and what I have learned from walking it too. And who I have become because of it. And that's it, you know? You do not have to believe me. In fact, go try it for yourself. Because when you get that direct experience, there is no denying. There is no denying. Now remember, you are that light. Babe, you're sacred, never basic. See you in the next video.
Yeah, free my bitches. Open the gates. Yeah, open the gates. Open the gates. I really miss my bitches. Can somebody open the gates? We supposed to be taking shots. Yeah.
Okay, we're done. It has been a crazy day. I literally had my first wedding rehearsal. I cannot believe this. I'm a couple. I cannot wait to just bless their union and just be a part of planting that little seed that they remember that they are loved and you are that too. Okay, I gotta we editing tomorrow cause yeah, I'm tired. Okay. Bad.